What's your favorite show? Oh my God, you're my idol. What's your favorite show? Masked Singer. That's the stupidest show I've ever seen in my life. I would take the Masked Singer deer hunting with Dick Cheney. Blow it away. That's a stupid show. It's like Dumb and Dumber running on stupid. So watch this. This is next level. Stop being addicted to your iPhone. Stop being addicted to TV so that you can be used by God Almighty. I got in an Uber. I got in an Uber in Atlanta, and an older African-American sweet lady is my driver. And see, I don't care what color people are. When the lights are out, we're all the same color. And God told me and told you, you should love His creation. It doesn't matter what people look like. And so instead of getting on my stupid phone, I said to her, I said, do you enjoy driving for Uber? She said, no, my husband left me, trashed my credit, and I have to rent a room from a friend of mine. I'm trying to get my life back together so I can get a house. I said, sweetheart, God put me in your car. I'm the guy that helps beautiful women like you hit reset and start your life over again. I'm gonna help you get a house. And I was in a Prius. The grossest car I've ever been in my life is a Prius. If you have teenagers, buy a Prius for them. Nothing can happen in the back seat. It's like birth control. And so listen, this is for the men in the crowd. The men. The next time you gotta watch some stupid game that you're addicted to, it's your personal Lord and Savior. The next time you gotta watch a game instead, why don't you just put it on mute, get on your knees in front of your wife, and tell her 50 things you do, sweetheart, that takes my breath away, and why I adore you so much, and I appreciate everything you do for me. What can I do to be a better husband? And just get on your knees. And you know what will happen? You won't know who scored in the first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter. You won't know who scored it all, because if, in all probability, you probably just did. And then watch this. I know a lot of you didn't catch that because you're dead from the neck down anyway. So Walgreens can help you in a massive way. So I'm just trying to say, self-positioning is everything. And where you spend your time, your heart is. Some of you like to go on a mission trip with me, but you can't because you don't have the time or money. Do you not understand that's what I'm talking about right now? Is so that you have symmetry in your life. You got time and money so you can do what you want, when you want, how you want, say what you want. Do you realize I'm not employable? There's nobody that would hire me. Are you kidding me? They don't even put my picture up when they're advertising here. I scare them to death. So watch this. This is huge. Positioning is everything. Some of you, your credit's so bad, it's out front of the Honda smoking a cigarette or a roach or something, waiting for you to come out to punch you in the face because your credit is so bad. And you don't know what I know, and I know what I know, that you could actually get started even if you don't have good credit. But you've been turned down and told no enough, you won't try anymore. And then bankruptcies, we have them, and foreclosures, they're everywhere. They're estimating about 1 million foreclosures in the next 12 months. And what causes them? Death, sickness, illness, job loss, and job transfer, divorce. That's what causes them. Will that ever go away? It will never go away. And then watch this. There's software where you can actually find them. And then some of you go, well, that means I need a computer. Yeah, you need one of those. Well, I don't like computers. Well, do you have a 5-year-old granddaughter? Maybe she could help you. She's smarter than you. And you could pay her $1 to help, get her started. Now watch this. This is cool. I love this. I don't knock on doors. I don't send flyers. I don't do stupid stuff like that. I got a life. But I live in a foreclosure. Ryan lives in one. It's just knowing how to play. And then listen to this. Some of you bought a house like over 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and you didn't have a lot of money to put down, so they put PMI insurance on you because it was a high loan-to-value ratio loan, and your property value has almost doubled since then. And you shouldn't be paying PMI insurance anymore, but since you're so busy being busy and you're not trainable anymore, you just keep paying it every month. And you sign your name to documents you didn't read at closing, you don't even know what I'm talking about. And I can show you how to get rid of it and save yourself $200 a month or $300 a month and apply that towards the principal balance and pay your house off in years instead of decades. See, 3 degrees of vector, you'll end up another solar system. All I want to do is weave a tapestry made out of Kevlar called your financial independence. But some of you, you fight it and you just don't get it. And I fly a lot. And when I fly on Delta, which stands for don't expect luggage to arrive, mostly never. And they always say the same stupid thing on Delta. They say, if the mask drops in flight, put it on yourself first before anyone around you. Like I'm gonna run around the plane with duct tape and a mask. It's a stupid announcement. And see, they're saying we want you to be okay physically. And I'm saying physically, emotionally, morally, spiritually, and financially, so that you got it all going, so you can position yourself and get to the next level. And we spend more money on coffee and soft drinks than we do our after formal education. And if you won't invest in yourself, nobody will either. And the way you see yourself is how other people sees you. And God thinks you're amazing, so why don't you just own it? And we got a lot of gorgeous women in here right now. Beauty doesn't come from makeup or dress size or color of skin. It doesn't come from any of that. Beauty is who you are as a person. And see, I always wanted little girls, so now I've got 6 granddaughters. And I taught my boys, the first man that ever takes them on a date, it better be you. And they are taking their daughters out on dates now, starting at 2 years of age, because they're out of diapers. And they take them out on a regular basis, and not just Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out Burger. They take them to really nice restaurants where you need reservations. And see, if you won't spend your time with your daughter, somebody else will. And it's all your fault. Where you spend your time is where your heart is. That's more important than watching a stupid, mentally lame game. And that's next level. Now watch this. God made man first. Then he fixed it. Just think about that for a minute, okay? Let it sink in. And then watch this. We make a lot of mistakes in life. And the biggest mistake is having one source of income you don't control. The second one is taking advice from people that are just dumb as a bag of rocks. And it could be somebody in your family. They don't know jack about donuts, but you ask them all the time what you should do. That is just lame. Sometimes you need to get a fresh start. And then this is kind of wild. The best offense is a defense that shuts them down. And a lot of you that own property right now, or multiple properties, don't know that you could have done something called cost segregation, but your accountant is lazy, and since you don't know, you don't ask, so they don't do it. And so watch this. You can go back and amend your taxes now and take a write-off on what they didn't do. And what are you talking about? Taking an advanced write-off on properties and do it up front and not on the tail end. Just knowing the little things that you could do that could make a difference. And then I taught all 3 of my boys that when you buy property, you can also get a loan that is not in your name. It's called a non-recourse loan. And so the property guarantees the debt with your business that you set up. It's just the little things you do that can manifest itself and move the needle for you financially, so that you have the time you need and the money you need so you can go do what you're supposed to do with the rest of your life. And that's not making somebody else's dreams come true at the expense of your own. And I'm not anti-companies. I'm just so pro-you, I can't explain it in words well enough for you to get. And this is next. You got to improve your credit. You need a good retirement program, one that you can really count on to get you where you need to go. And this is one of my best friends. It's Les Brown. Less is more. And I called Les, I have a cell number. I called him, I said, I'm going to South America, I need you to go. He said, I'm not going. I said, yes, you are. You're going to go with me. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I met this little guy at the Toyota Center, and he's got a 4th grade education, and he's got a story just like yours. See, he flunked elementary school several times, and his mother was told, your son has special needs, and he is special, and his needs are massive. And he was a janitor at a stupid radio station in Chicago. And he's from Palm Beach, Florida. And so he's in there, and the DJ came in drunk, and they said, Les, please get in there and cover us for this next set. And he did, and he nailed it. His voice sounds like Barry White. He's so amazing. And he flew into Palm Beach and picked his mom up, and his mom cleans houses for rich people. His dad doesn't exist. See, any man can father a child. It takes a real man to be a dad. Yeah. Think about that. So watch this. He doesn't have a real dad. He picked his mom up, in a brand new Cadillac that he bought. And he said, I bought you this car, Mama. He flunked elementary school several times. And then he goes to a house that she used to clean with a semicircle driveway. And he got out of the Cadillac and opened the front door. She said, what are we doing here, son? He said, Mama, I bought you this house. This is your house. You own the house. She said, I used to clean it. He said, you still are, Mama. It's your house. I love that. Money magnifies you. So you need to have a story of redemption and purpose and drive. And you know what this beautiful man says? He says this. He says, if you do what in life is easy, your life is going to be very hard. If you do what in life is hard, like learn a skill set you don't already have, your life could become very easy. I love that. And I love him. He's such a sweetheart. And then catch this. Real estate is real, and it's food, water, and shelter. And that's kind of what people have to have. Food, water, and shelter. Water, 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 water. California, water, I need water. And then watch this. Oh, did you just say that? Uh-huh. And see, wouldn't it be nice to get a nice couple $1 million bonus every year? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like every year, just, you don't have to suck toe to get it. It just happens. So watch this. I get a phone call from a guy in Texas, and I don't live in Texas, I promise you. And he lives in Longview, which is one of those towns you visit. It's like Children of the Corn, and it's on I-20, and I go there to help him. And I said, what's going on in Longview that somebody like me would be interested in? And he said, well, there's a rumor that Super Walmart's coming, but nobody knows where it is. I said, I can find it in 30 minutes. Sit back and eat some popcorn and watch. I found it. About 3 acres across the street. I sold it to, I don't know if you ever heard of Marriott Corporation, one of the franchisees. Have a nice day. And then about 54 acres next to it, and it's under contract right now to be an entertainment complex, and I don't own it personally in my name. I own it in my retirement program. It's a self-directed. So how much tax will I pay on that? Nothing. Oh, I love this country. See, a little bit of vector, you could change your life, or you can suck toe. It's just really up to you. It's about positioning yourself and doing what you need to. And there's 3 kinds of real estate. Low income, there's a verse that says in the Bible, the poor will always be with you. You can't get rid of them. I just love my poor people. They call it a hood because they erased the word neighbor. And so I restore the word neighbor back to the hood. I could help your governor with this, by the way. And then watch this. Oh, didn't say that. I said it, deal with it. And then watch this. This is so awesome. When I get properties in really bad areas, I help low-income people. If they're on Section 8, I can accept their voucher, right? And then apply the money I get from the government towards a purchase price. And if they stay in the property for 180 months, I have no recapture tax. And they own a home. And now it's called the neighborhood, not the hood. Home ownership changes everything. And so it's just helping people. And when people go to prison, I love speaking in prisons. I tell prisoners, when you get out, nobody's going to want you. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. There's no such thing as a good job after you're a convicted felon. So I go into prisons and show prisoners how to make it when they get out so they don't have to worry about getting a good job. They can make money knowing how to play. And I give them hope, and I tell them all the disciples in the Bible got thrown in prison. You're in good company. And Jesus was caught up in a sham trial. Isn't that wild? Connect the dots. Have a nice day. And then watch this. I can get property in the hood, and when prisoners get out, they have to go to a halfway house. And they got to stay there for a period of time before they can go home. You can get wealthy just doing, there's so many different things you can do. And then watch this middle income. If you have real property, that's where it needs to be. And my dad had a sister named Gladys, my aunt, and she had a daughter, my first cousin named Georgianne. She has beautiful curly red hair with green eyes. She's just gorgeous, but she's special needs. Her IQ's about 75, and I love talking to her because she spits a lot. It's like walking into a rainforest. Every time you talk to her, it's just spits flying everywhere. And she's so intelligent. She's smarter than most professors at USC and UCLA. And the reason I say that, if you go there, most of the professors are not happy. They don't smile a lot. And a lot of them, they hate Jews. And you hear that and you go, what's up with this hating Jew stuff? Do you know that Jesus was a Jew? Do you know what it says at Genesis 12, verse 3? I will bless those who bless Israel, and I will curse. I will curse. I will curse all of those who curse Israel. Man, you might want to think about that when you see from the river to the sea at UCLA. That's probably not a good thing to do. And then catch this. If that offended you, I could care less. That was to you from God Almighty. And watch this. My little cousin, when I say, do you believe in God? She just giggles and goes, yes, I speak to Jesus all day long. And she spits. And when I say, are you happy? She goes, I'm very, very happy. I talk to Jesus all day long. And then she spits on me again. I love it. And you see, she's not less, she's more. She gets it. She'll be in heaven for sure. I love that. Why did you mention her at all? Because see, a sweet little girl like that, as soon as she hits 18, she becomes the award of the state. They got to feed her, clothe her, house her. I can get a house in an average neighborhood, turn it into a special needs house, and they never move out, and they don't trash the house out and smoke crack and have crazy sex parties. They're just sweet little girls that are young women that just need a safe place to live, and you just bless the lives of the mother that had her. I love that. That's what life's about, blessing the lives of other people and making money at the same time. And upper income, where the beautiful people live with perfect teeth and BMWs, those neighborhoods, I love those. That's where I live. And watch this. My garbage men who pick up my trash are darker skinned than me, and I gave them bottles of water one day and said, thanks for picking up my trash. And the guy said to me, you're the nicest man, no one ever does this. I said, I know, most of my neighbors blow. I said, it's nice to meet you. I said, do you rent or own your own home? He said, I rent. I go, why do you rent? He said, I can't buy a house. Loser, can't. I said, why can't you? He said, my credit's bad and I don't have any money. I said, I can get you in a house in 90 days. Where do you need to live? He said, you're the weirdest man I've ever met in my life. I said, thank you so much. I helped my garbage man get a house, and I could put a dead body in a zip bag on garbage day and he would take it. It goes around, comes around. God puts people in front of you for you to bless them. You just have to see them. What's upper income about? You see, when my dad died, my mom said,